A very good morning, distinguished guests. On behalf of the Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, this is Tina Joy welcoming you to our Infrastructure Conclave themed Uddishta Pathway to a $1 trillion Sustainable Maharashtra. Dr. E. Sridhar, widely known as the Metro Man of India, had once remarked, "Urban infrastructure must be built not just for today, but for generations to come. Efficient, sustainable, and inclusive." It is in this background that the Bombay Chamber has organized today's conclave. To start the day's proceedings, I now invite Mr. Sudhanshu Vats, Senior Vice President, Bombay Chamber, and Managing Director, Pidilite Industries Limited, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Sheena. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the conference Uddishta, as Sheena just spoke to you, Maharashtra to $1 trillion economy. I think, when we reflect on any of these, I think it's first and foremost my honor to sort of remind you of Bombay Chambers of Commerce and Industry, our history, where we are and how does it intertwine with Maharashtra and Bombay and of course India. So Bombay Chambers of Commerce and Industry, as you know, many of you in the room would know, and for some of you it will be news, that we are the oldest chamber in the country, now 189 years old. And the beauty of our chamber, and as Sandeep keeps reminding me again and again, which is really good, is that we are a very inclusive chamber in that sense. So we have large corporates who are members of our chamber, and there are some that have been member of our chambers for over 100 years, actually. So, at the same time, we have a vast number, or 2/3 of our members, which is growing, is MSMEs. So therefore, basically, our ability to take together the big corporates and the large corporates along with the MSMEs to focus on longevity of the large corporates and to focus on growth of membership through MSMEs, I think is something which we are indeed very proud of. I think as we look at India today, some of the things which sort of, come to my mind are the opportunities which are available in a country like India. At the same time, there are challenges. So as I speak to you, there are, of course, huge macroeconomic, conditions which may or may not be favorable to India. The entire uncertainty around tariffs which has come in and perhaps adversely stacked for a country like India. The climate and sustainability challenges, particularly sitting in Bombay, and I think Bombay is one of the cities which is at high risk as the sea level is expected to rise. The growth of AI, which everyone is talking about, so the disruption that is going to bring with it. So it's a combination of these geopolitical factors, the climate factors, the role of technology moving ahead, which poses both challenges and opportunities, I think, for us. And I think we believe at Bombay Chamber that some of these challenges are also opportunities, particularly for a country like India, which has young population, very decisive leadership now, and therefore is poised, and firm belief in taking this forward, therefore is poised to be the country that the world will look up to for a couple of decades, in my judgment, if not more. So I think in this context, we at Bombay Chamber have defined our agenda for the next couple of years, Rajiv, myself, along with Sandeep. We are saying that Bombay Chambers will play a prominent role in shaping the future of the country, but more importantly of Maharashtra, and within Maharashtra of city of Bombay. Because as India becomes a $5 trillion economy, Maharashtra is likely to be a $1 trillion economy in that, and that's the thing we are going to talk about today. We've got esteemed guests and very, very powerful panels which you will hear as we go forward. But I think it's in that context we are saying that we should sharpen the pencil, basically look at the future. And we are saying that as we look at the future, we've got to look at it from the lens of 3 I's: innovation, inclusive, and impact. So I think we've got to have a future where we basically keep these 3 things in mind. We've set out a 5-point agenda for ourselves. quite linked to the opportunities and challenges I talked about. I think the first is about developing a sustainable infrastructure model. I think a model that is sustainable, that addresses some of the challenges which are there, but again, addresses the growth. The second piece is using technology and therefore role of technology in shaping the society. Third is for a country like India, which is so young, what can we do for human capital? So I think that's our third, basically strengthening human capital as we go forward. I think the role which we always play as a chamber, how do we strengthen public-private partnership? And the good news is that in our country now, this concept of public-private partnership is slowly but surely maturing. So that's the fourth part of our agenda. And the fifth one is our internal piece as to how do we modernize Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry itself to be able to take this thing forward. I think with that, I just want to touch upon the theme of today's Infrastructure Conclave. You will hear a lot about it from the panelists. But Bombay itself is making major strides in infrastructure. You can now see it. Our poster child or poster photograph is the coastal road. And I think when we sort of go around that, even the Atal Setu, the Mumbai Harbour Translink, which has come, the metro, which is slowly but surely coming in, the entire metro network. So I think the city is finally taking a shape in terms of an infrastructure of an international city. I think India's maturity with economy gives Mumbai the chance to be a city which in itself will be a very large economy, like we see some of the Western cities, particularly when you talk of New York and others. So therefore, that is the purpose. How do we develop that for the city of Mumbai and indeed Maharashtra? I'm sure all of you will benefit from the sessions, panels that follow. I look forward to listening in to our esteemed panelists. Thank you once again for being here. Thank you for patiently listening to this. We at Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry are fully committed to developing Bombay and Maharashtra, and infrastructure indeed has a very, very strong role to play in the growth of this economy. So very warm welcome to all of you. Look forward to a wonderful sessions which are lined up. Thank you once again. Thank you.